Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the No ID podcast. It is me, your host, Rome Davis. I am interviewing content creator, Good Spirit. She's not the first one, but she's probably gonna be the best one. You may know her as Miss Kitty Payne, Goddess Kylie Kassh. I just know her as Kylie Kassh.
Yep.
Say hello to Kylie Kassh, everybody.
Hey guys, what's up for 7-Uppers?
How you feeling today? Well, we talked about a little bit before we recorded, but how's your day going?
Fantastic. It's better than it was this weekend for me hurting my knee on that.
You good.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know, Miss Kylie Kassh is a content creator and a dominatrix at the same sentence. All around entrepreneur, but you know, to some people we like to say hustler. So I'm gonna just put all in all, just a good, yeah. And I've been doing some research. You were highly referred from a business bestie that I'm not gonna say their name.
Yes.
But
I love my business besties. They're amazing.
oh yeah, you're the business bestie that referred to me. She's a great person. Great spirit. So how long have you been in the dominatrix game and what made you start?
Wow, the story behind domination. Okay, so I've been in the dominatrix world. I'm about to age myself now. So it's been about 17 years. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a while. And it is so funny how I started. It was just a fluke actually, because I was in school for fashion marketing and management, and there was this girl who was, I'm going to use this word, even though people say it's not the word to use, but that's the only word I be knowing, because my old self be knowing them OG words, okay? She's a tranny, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we were really close friends, and then she would always listen to me talk to my boyfriends on the phone, and I'd be like, who you talking to? I don't know. Okay, done with you, and hang up, right? Or I'd be like, don't you talk, I don't know who you talking to. I'm not your mama, and I'm not your wife, and I hang up. I'd be like, you're not my daddy. I don't know who you are. Hang up. So she would listen to me talk to my exes like that all the time. And one day she goes, do you know you can get paid? She goes, you talk to them like that all the time, huh? I said, yeah. I mean, I don't know who they think they talking to. I'm me. I don't get it. And then so she was like, you can get paid for that. I was like, wait a minute. What did you say? She was like, you can get paid to talk to men like that. I was like, wait, so I can get paid to talk to men the way I talk to these fools all the time? She was like, yeah. So I was like, well, shit, sign me up. Sign me up right now. So she was like, just all you got to do is go and look and Google, because Google was around. It was right there. It was Google dungeons in your city and see if they're looking for dominatrices to hire. And that's how it started. Yeah. So that's exactly how it started.
And that was 17 years ago?
Yeah, and I worked in a dungeon in Chicago.
And this is before social media. So how did you get how did you get yourself out there? Because now social media makes everything on demand. You got OnlyFans and all these mini vids and stuff. How did that
start?
How did that come about?
OnlyFans has been around for a very long time. I've actually been on OnlyFans since they actually started. I want to say 2012, 2013 or something like that. And back then it wasn't like now. It was for fan base. And I used to be a model and I did modeling. So I did modeling, runway, stuff like that. And so I had a fan base. And I would have to literally tell them from Twitter, because Twitter was there. And what was the MySpace? Good old MySpace. So I had to literally tell them hey, go to my fan site. I would post other pictures there, but there was no nudity, anything. It was just me in swimsuit wear or implied nude, but never any full blown bam in your face, none of that. But I was on there, and so literally I have to if I post something, I have to go tell them that I posted it so they can go look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is crazy, but that took too much work, so I stopped doing that for a while. But how I got out there as a dom was, we had those magazines back in the day, after dark.
Yeah.
I had to post ads in the magazines, and then we had some forums, but they were oh my God, what was it? AOL forums? There were AOL forums.
You've got mail.
Yeah, I was on there, and then the other one is FetLife. It's been around for a very long time, so I was on there as well, and that's how people got to know me and realized who I was. So
yeah, oh man. So I remember FetLife.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I used to go on dating apps like Tag. Tag is where I met one young lady at.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not young at the time, but I had met one at, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm into FetLife." So I didn't know nothing about it. Because the first time we met up, we actually argued, and then we fussed, like kicked me out. That like she's invited me over the house, kicked me out the house. I like got up because I was like, yo, like you're not gonna talk to me reckless. So she was like, yeah, I'm on Fet Life and I'm a dom, and this is what turns me on. I was like, well, I'm not into that.
You're like, not me, ma'am.
Not me.
I'm not
Like,
that late. I'm not that guy.
like I'm from the hood. All right, we arguing. I'm gonna walk away. Then don't come behind me.
Right, like don't be following me.
But like it was interesting because that was not my first experience. I think my first experience was, I don't know if you remember this or even know of this. It was something called Rude.
I don't think so.
Rude was like MySpace for that.
Okay.
Like it was like a MySpace for amateur porn, and
Okay.
you would upload stuff from your
No,
cell phone.
I do remember because also because it was close. It was a lot of people went from Rude to Black Planet.
Yeah,
The Rude, yes, I remember.
it was wild. I was like, whoo.
It was different back then.
And I was 18 when I first discovered it, so you can only imagine.
Yeah, I was already in my 20s by then. I was like, I was already past. When I started doming, I was about 24. Long time ago.
Now, you said you worked at a dungeon.
I did.
How was that? Was your first experience actually having a sub? Is that what the proper term is, a
Mhm.
sub? How was that first experience with having a sub? And was it hard or did it get easier as time went past?
So my first experience of a sub was with the head dom, headmistress in the dungeon we worked with. So basically, they wouldn't book me with anybody right away because I was new and I didn't know anything. And so they made me read a lot of damn books every day. Every day. I'm reading books every day. But when we had sessions, I would have to go in with a head dom, and then she would just basically coach me through the session with her as her second dom, so we double dom. So my first experience was the guy wanted to be spanked and whipped, and I didn't know what I was doing. And she was like, "You're doing good, but don't hit him there. Don't hit him there." I was like, in my head, I'm like, "Well, what the fuck am I supposed to hit him?" Like, you say hit him, I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay. So, but I got the swing of things eventually. But then that same day, we had a session that was, and she forewarned me before I went in there. She was like, "It's gonna be a little gory. If you're not into blood, let me know. Do you faint or anything when you see blood?" I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I can handle it." So in this particular session, I was a little freaked out because we used needles and we pierced his man area all the way up. And so she was like, "This is how you do it. This is where you do it, and this is how you do it. Don't go further. Don't go less, because you can injure him." And they were like needles, like what you would do in acupuncture. So they were really small, but they're long. But we were literally, yeah. It freaked me out because he bled some a little bit, not like out or anything, because they were trained to. They know exactly where to put it so you don't bleed out or anything. But that was my first day, and I was like, I don't want to do this part. If this is what this is, I don't want to do this part. This is not for me. And she's like, "No, not everybody comes in for this. This particular client, this is his kink." And I was like, "Oh, so they all got different kinks." And then they went into like exactly a lot of the different kinks that everybody goes into. I was like, "Oh, okay, well, I can't do this one, but we can work on the other ones." Because that one scared the shit out of me, I swear. Because it's so medical. And I'm like, I don't like that. I think I'm squeamish a little bit, especially when it comes to like piercing people. Yeah, I can't. That was crazy. But that was like my first day. And so basically, I was scared and like intimidated because these women have so much confidence. It is crazy. Now, I know I'm not a bad looking woman. I'm beautiful, right? I know this. But they weren't as beautiful as me, but their confidence was so magnificent that you couldn't tell. You couldn't tell. So if they were walking the room before me, they would exude much more beauty than I would at that time because their confidence overshadowed whatever it is they look like. They're just like there. So it was extremely intimidating.
My whole thing is like, I hear that, but like, how do you discover a fetish? You're like, yeah, I want to be pringed on my penis. I don't like what in your brain said, you know what, try this. And
Yeah.
I'm
I asked them, like, how did he even get into this? And I remember distinctly because it's the one fetish that I just can't get into. I pierced someone myself, their nipples, but never anything else besides that one time. But I asked them, like, how does someone get into that? Like, what? I think it's weird. So she said that, like, he has a Prince Albert, which is where it goes like that. And so he really wants more more piercings, but he doesn't want them permanent. So he prefers to just get pierced with needles because he likes the feeling, the rush. It's a rush for him. The pain is a rush. Yeah. I can imagine because I don't even want no piercing down there. So imagine. But it was an experience, I must say.
On the first day.
On the first day.
Like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go to church tomorrow.
Right? I just I swear I was like, I feel like I'm doing something so dirty and so wrong. But I got over that and I was just like, okay, can I not do any of the medical? Because I don't like medical. But they have to put you in different situations and different fetishes to see what your limit is, what you can handle and what you can't. And even like my first week, you go through a kind of like initiation where they have to figure out whether you mentally are a sub, a switch, or a dominant. I am dominant, 100%, because I went through all the stages of grief in less than 5 minutes, which was crazy. So what happened is they tied me up so I couldn't move, and then she had a vibrator in that area, right? And then she blindfolded me and left me. Now I swear to God, I went through all the stages of grief. I was upset, sad, crying, and then I was trying to barter with myself, like, okay, bitch, you wanted this, so what are you gonna do? And then I just calmed down and just let the rest of my time go past because there's nothing else I could do. And I talked to her, but she was like, well, how do you feel? I was like, yeah, I wanted to kill everybody up in here. I felt like if I got out, I wanted to kill everybody up in here. And I was so unhappy and distraught that I was like, I think I need to go home. I can't do this. And she was like, no, that just means that you are purely dominant. You cannot do things upon you. You can do it, but you can't handle it from yourself. You're not a switch. So if you're in a situation where somebody's trying to dom you, that's just not going to work. Then I was like, well, cool. I'm still ready to go home. I left for the rest of the day. I was like, I gotta go. I gotta go home and collect myself. So they take you through a ritual. Some women and men, they actually can handle that and they get turned on by it. And it's invigorating for them. It's a rush. For me, I was pure anger. It was just pure red anger. Done. So unfortunately, I can't switch. My brain doesn't work like that and I can't sub. I can try for a little bit and then it'll switch. Like so quick that I'll be like, okay, we're done here. I'm gonna either have to take control of this or we're finished. You got 2 options. Yeah.
So you're a dom, and a switch is one that can go in between the sub and the dom.
Yeah.
And let's say you're a switch and you already dominant. Let's say somebody's more dominant, they can make you a sub. Is that what I'm picking up on?
Yeah. But that's if you allow it. Like you can allow it. Everything is consensual. So some people who are more dominant than others. There are a lot of switches who prefer to be dominated, but they still want at home, their partner, they dominate their partners. But in their other life, they have a dom who dominates them. Or sometimes you'll have 2 switches, which is actually an amazing combination to have 2 switches because both of them are comfortable being dom and both of them are comfortable being sub. So they can explore so many fetishes that are crazy extreme with each other and never have a problem. But if you switch it, one of them gonna have a problem, one or the other, because a sub doesn't naturally feel comfortable doming another person. So you're more subservient.
Do you have like a favorite sub, or do you just like, oh, it's just a roster? Do you have like a favorite sub?
I do have a fave because I have 2 subs one has been with me since almost day one, about 14, 15 years or so. And the other one has been with me about 5 years. I like them both, but my one that's been with me the longest, he's my favorite.
Does that get the like being a dominatrix and being recognized online? Does that get in the way of like your personal life? Let's just say hypothetically, a man be like, I want to take you out for drinks. Do you, or maybe a sub might be like, you know what? I just want to get to know Miss Kitty Payne, Goddess Kylie Kassh for the behind the persona. Does that get in the way? Is that a little awkward? So I'm pretty sure dudes be shooting their shots.
They do shoot their shot. It doesn't get away from me. It does get away from them because they can't decipher who they're dealing with. Like a lot of guys will approach me and they have no idea that I am how I am. And I don't really put it out there either because my normal life is my normal life. But I am a lifestyle dom versus just per session. So in my whole entire life, I am dominant for the most part, but not controlling. So when I meet new people and they're like, "Oh my God, I like you," I'll just candidly be like, "Yeah, but I'm a dominatrix. I don't know if you like me that much." And they be like, "Did you just say that?" And I'm like, "Yes, I did. Yes, I did." And so a lot of times it turns them off, and then they're like, "Well, you can't. I'm not trying to have this and this and this done to me." And I'm just like, nobody said I would do that. Good to know. But is a
Thank you.
sub coming to me and he's like, oh, let's say one of my subs, that's a client, and he wants to like date me. I kind of draw the line with that nowadays because it's kind of like you don't date work. Don't date people you work with. I
My
tried it.
dad used to say, "Don't stick your dick in the paycheck." That's what he used to tell
That's
me.
right. Exactly. So I don't mess around with my subs like that. And all my subs, there's no sexual intercourse at all. Zero. So
Like me personally, I wouldn't have a problem dating with a dominatrix because I'm not in that life.
right.
I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't even have a problem with her being in that life because I'm like, well, shit.
Right?
Uh,
Somebody got it. It ain't gonna be me. Right?
the only problem I think I would have was at a family reunion that I brought you to, and somebody like, oh,
That would be hilarious. Like, yo, who's the lady I was telling you about?
I was telling you about that boy. You gotta keep her, boy.
That's awesome. That would be so fun and funny though. I think so.
I'm like, hey everybody, if y'all don't know, this is my old lady right here. I need to write that down on my jokes. I'm sorry, that was actually pretty decent.
Yeah, yeah.
I was subscribed to her OnlyFans. She told me she loved me. I think it's part of the gimmick, bro. Chill out.
Now I have been places with my friends, and a couple people have recognized me, and they're like, and I just be like, "Are you gonna say something? Because if you are, you already know it's gonna be about you. So I don't think you want to say anything."
He say something. Yeah, hey, I know you. It's like, oh
Yeah.
man, I did acupuncture on your penis 2 days ago. Oh wait, I'm with my wife. Told her I was out of town. That's where the money been going at. God damn it.
And the craziest part is a lot of people who come to me, a lot of men who come to me, they are married. So I have to be very cautious. And I ask them all, are you married? Do you have a girlfriend? Do you live with them? Do you have kids? Like, I need to know these parameters so that I know whether or not whatever I'm going to do, I can't leave marks or I can't leave marks. Like, how do they feel about that? Because depending on where they're going and what they're doing in their life, they may not be able to have marks shown. So I have to be like, okay, what do you live alone? Are you single? Are you married? Do you have kids? Do you do anything that you have to show your body parts? No. Okay, cool. So you pull with marks. And they're usually like, yeah, as long as they don't last too long. Okay.
Better get some aloe vera.
Right? That aftercare is important.
Crazy. I forgot what I was about to ask. Y'all sitting here cracking jokes like a mug. And for the people listening and watching, I'm still stuck on the whole acupuncture of the penis because I'm like,
Right? Yeah. It's crazy. It's
it's,
crazy.
I know, I have a friend that's in the foot fetish industry, and a lot of married men come to her because either their woman don't want their toes sucked, or they don't have pretty feet, but they got a good personality. And I was like, oh, that makes
Yeah, makes sense.
sense. That makes sense.
It's the same with them going to a dom because most of the time, I ask all of my clients, like, okay, so how does your mate feel about this? They don't do this for you at home. Can they do anything? And they're like, no, they're just vanilla. They don't do anything. We've tried and they don't like it. So I just seek it out elsewhere. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Is there a fetish where you draw the line at? Because I know it's like you got
Oh,
financial kinks, you got puppy animal, like puppy like dressed up like an animal.
yeah.
You got the scat, which is
I draw a line right there. Scat, I can't do. Golden showers, I can. Scat is no, showers, yes.
golden
But
showers is yes.
yeah, I can give those, but I can't do scat. That's gross. It's
Do they
fucking
like
nasty.
make a recommendation like I want you to douse a whole thing of Red Bull and just pour ammonia on me when you're peeing? Like, have you ever?
That's a good one though. I've never heard that one. No, no. But I've had somebody ask me to put it in a glass. I've had somebody ask me to put in the ice, like make ice out of it, so they can put in their ice cubes, and put in their drink or whatever. Um, I've had people just want it just on their chest or on their face, but I just hover over them. So
You had the basketball court with your homies. Let me
Let me get some of your Gatorade.
Let me
Like,
get
hey,
hey,
bro.
bro.
Man, why is it yellow then? Why is the yellow Gatorade bottle?
Is that new cucumber one they was talking
Right.
about? Let me water. Don't backwash.
Yeah. But my favorite subs are servants, are house subs. So those are the ones that actually they cater to me hand and foot. So basically almost whatever I need, whatever I want, I just be like, hey, I need you to do this. Like yesterday, because my knee was bum, I called my sub. I'm like, hey, I need you to go buy my book. I'm gonna go pick up my book that I purchased. And sorry.
You okay?
Yeah, I need ice cream, sherbet ice cream. So have it here to me and down.
You lost me a sherbet ice cream. That fruit ice cream shit is not. Nah, I'm good.
It's not even ice cream.
You gave away your age. Next time I was wondering, oh, do you eat butter pecan?
Man, yeah. Oh, don't get me started on Superman ice cream. Y'all can't even find that.
Oh no, we can't.
You got a couple spots that got it, and I know two of them. So, yeah, yeah, that definitely aged me very much.
You gave away your age bad. Boy.
Sherbet.
Let me stop because I might be in Chicago one time. What's up, you little nerdy motherfucker?
Oh, we doing some sherbet today?
So like, oh nah, I'm not toast intolerant. I can't even hang.
Come on, that rainbow cone. Let's go.
Do you plan on continue? Because you've been doing this 17 years. So you're like a vet at this point, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I am.
you plan on doing like what LeBron doing and playing till you just like, oh, I'm done, or
I don't plan on retiring ever. I don't actually believe in retirement. I believe in just refocusing and readjusting lifestyle versus retirement. Retirement, I think that you just gonna die soon, so I don't want all that. I'm good. So yeah, I plan on keeping it up until I can't. There's no age brackets in domination, so there are really, really old people and young people. They still feel their kinks somewhere.
somebody Meemaw is out there right now.
Yeah, I seen one last week when I was at the dungeon too. I was like, okay, just make sure y'all don't play with no electric stuff.
Like, hey, my granddaughter couldn't upload this photo onto my OnlyFans. Can you do it for me?
Too bad.
I keep forgetting my Wi-Fi password. That's the crazy.
But it's so funny because they have the best toys. The best toys. Like I'd be like, where you find that at? Girl, I bought this like 10 years, 20 years ago. I'm like, they don't even make these toys anymore. This lady had the most beautifulest flogger I've ever seen. And I was like, where did you get this? She was like, girl, I bought this like 10, 20 years ago. They don't even make them like that anymore. It was like leather and it was like an alligator skin on the handle. And it had all the other leather. She said it was bison and it was cowhide, like bison and cow leather. It was so pretty and heavy. And I was like, oh my God, it's beautiful.
She probably ordered that through a catalog or something. I know Amazon wasn't around when she
No,
was.
Amazon wasn't around back then. She didn't have somebody make that one. They made it.
She went to the Sears catalog. Yeah, page
Yes.
37.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, I know I had one young.
Yeah.
Before I go into it, I know that especially since the pandemic, OnlyFans was taking off because it was more interactive. And I live in Virginia where anything with the word porn is banned online.
Yeah.
Like we can't search Pornhub. So I don't know how it is where you at, but I knew OnlyFans was really starting to pop. And you saw a lot of people of age ranges, 18 and up,
Mm-hmm.
either subscribing or making money off them. One was paying, one was getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see where the older lady at that had the extravagant flogger. Well,
But she's been in the game for years. She was in the game when she was in her 20s and she was like 60s. She had to be 60, close to 70 because she looked old. She looked
I couldn't imagine.
I'm gonna be like you when I get older. Yes, I do.
So,
Grandma.
what kinks and fetishes are you into? And do they cross over to your regular life? Or do you just like, you know what? I only do this in the dungeon. I won't take this to
Yeah.
that side. Yeah.
So one of my favorite fetishes or kinks is flogging. I absolutely love it. I own about 17 of them, different styles, different leathers, from cheap to $500 for the floggers. Okay, my favorite. I love it to the core. Some of the other kinks and fetishes I get into is I really like cross dressing because I like dressing them up so they look like my girlfriends and we just hang out and have girl time. And then I enjoy tease and denial. It's one of my highest. I'm like an expert in tease, 100%. And then my other kinks, I have a money fetish. I don't know when that started, but when it did, it was amazing. It still is to this day. And I have a shoe fetish. So between my shoes and my money, they be like together because I keep buying shoes even though I got over 200 pair. And they're all heels that I'm talking about. Not my gym shoes or my other shoes. Those are probably like 15 pairs of those. But the 200 is like heels, all heels. And then I absolutely love the massage fetish.
What's the massage fetish? Is that when you getting a massage or they're getting a massage?
They get a massage. So the reality is that most people don't think like this, right? But whenever you're on that massage table, you give away all of your control to that masseuse. So the masseuse is in control of you. She can control your body movements. You can control your body, like the pressure. She can actually paralyze you if she really wanted to. But why would anybody do that? Nobody would do that, right? But at the end of the day, she's in control of your body and you're completely naked and she's not. So you're being 100% dominated by this individual. But most normal people, not like the fetish world, don't think of it that way. But in reality, that's exactly how it is. So I enjoy taking all the control away from individuals on my table at all times. So it's fantastic.
I know when I was 18 was a weird year for me. I'm sorry. 2007 was like, I'm grown, I'm out of high school, I could do what I want to do. I actually started I don't know if it is a fetish. I started dating older women. Like maybe 40 and up. And I was dating an older woman. Not dating, we were just
messing around.
Yeah, just imagine. Yeah, just having fun. Like I loved that she couldn't get a period. I could just call her up anytime I wanted to.
Like, hey, you want to hang out? Yeah, let's go.
It was like we didn't even go out. It was just like, oh, I'm at the house. Oh, come on through.
Yeah,
And then it was experimentation with massage because she did on the massage. She had a massage table in her room, and I'm sharing this with these folks. I don't know. People probably think I'm capping. I probably said it on the previous episode, but at that same time, I was on Rude, and I think I just had like a little avatar emoji with an afro and whatever. And MySpace,
the afro.
it was like an animated dude, but it was like real buff. He had tattoos on it. I'm like, it was just a fake image or whatever. I couldn't do nothing because I didn't upload anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just was going to there to watch. And she was older. And this is so older woman, rude.com, and then MySpace. MySpace used to have some videos.
Yeah, that you weren't supposed to be up there. Yeah, I remember that.
It was one up there that I just couldn't stop watching. I guess she was like in a dungeon or something, and she just barefoot. And I was like, well, I wanted to try it with the older woman. I tried it with her, and I got into the foot thing a little bit. And then what I had, like we were saying earlier, girls my age wasn't into that, but the older women were. And then when we all got older, then they got into it. I'm like, what the hell was this at?
Back when you were younger, looking for it.
I was looking for it.
It was underground. It was underground.
It was underground.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell? And I got to I was like, yeah, I'll pay for the pedicure.
Yeah.
That shit did not work. I was like, oh, okay. It wasn't until I actually hooked up with one that was a model. And I was like, oh, this is what I've been missing.
Yeah, the massage reel has there's a line between the two. And it's a pretty thick line too. Not a thin one. It is a pretty thick line. But within that, there's so many things that you can do when you can join fetish and massage together. So like I actually do at times bondage, where I do bondage and massage at the same time. So basically my clients will be tied up and I'll use floggers, paddles, I just use ice packs because I have these little ice packs because it's cold and they stay in the freezer and it's easy to clean. I also use candles for the heat, and it's basically sensory deprivation the whole time. So a light feather, some whipping here and there, but it's nothing heavy. It's all light and it's all just for stimulation and massage at the same time, massage. So when you can join the two, it's a crazy, amazing experience. Like your body goes into a totally different realm.
I've had massages, so I know it. God,
And think about adding the extra to a massage.
Nah, yeah.
So much fun. It's amazing.
You know what? Maybe one day.
Yeah.
If I, my gas tank run out.
It's kind of like when you get a massage and they use their nails on you instead of just the hands, and they like lightly scratch you.
I never had that part. I had somebody step on my back.
I'm like, what?
No,
You need that. You need that. That's next level.
I'm not next level. I just tell jokes. And then I'd be like, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like I just tell jokes. I go to work. I go to the gym. I do my interviews. I read, and that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Like the next level is the next book. What are we doing?
What we doing? Like my biggest fear of some of that stuff was like maybe I record a video or something, and like I was talking about the family room, like dog, I just saw Rome the other day drinking piss out of a Gatorade bottle. Okay.
That would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. I actually never fear that ever.
Black people. We make a nickname out of anything. What's up, pissy bruh?
Yes, that is so true.
You brush your teeth this morning? Yeah, I brushed them. Your teeth still a little yellow. I guess you ain't drink enough water. We'll roast anything, so I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I swear, I never think about it. Maybe it's because I used to be a dancer back in my younger years for like 10 years straight. And I had to come to the realization that somebody might come in and see me. How I just rearrange that in my head is if they come in here and be like, oh, I'm going to tell people what you do. And my rebuttal is, I'm going to tell them that you paid for it. Which would you like? Would you like the fact that you came in them doors, you saw me, you paid for it? Or are you going to tell them that I did it? I mean, either way it goes, we both going to be under fire, so yours going to be worse, though, because you paid for it. So that's why I don't ever worry. So when people be like, aren't you afraid your daughter's going to find out? I'm like, look, she going to find out one way or another, for one, because she knows he like that in my stuff. For two, if she found out, that sounds like I have to coax her through how to figure out how to run through life about how things work on that platform. So don't be nosy. But also, I'm like, well, the only way she'd find out, honestly, if somebody told her. And if I find out who told her, I'm just going to tell her how they found out.
And
so,
somebody did tell her, it's probably her friends, and her friends told her, that means her parents.
What you watching? You watching me? There's a million out there. You watching me? You paid for it because everything I got out there is for sale, not for free. What you paying for that for?
I can only imagine that. I know you watched it, baby, but you see them school shoes on your feet? Jimmy's mama paid for that last week.
Funny you say that. She actually, because back in the day, I used to be a cam girl, and she used to be super nosy. She's always had her own computer and everything, but she wanted to be a mommy's computer. So she went in my computer and she saw my webcam stuff. So one day she says, "Mommy, why did you be on that webcam doing that stuff?" I said, "The same reason why I got to pay for you to go to school. Somebody got to put a foot on this table. Your daddy ain't doing it. I don't know what we doing here. We live alone. I don't know." After that, she stopped asking me. But she didn't stop going to my computer, but she stopped asking me.
She stopped asking you.
Stop asking me. Yeah.
I want to bring you back on. I know that sounds crazy, but I want to do a 2-part to this because for the people that's listening, I got to leave them on a suspense.
All right.
You did say massage, and we talked about, I was trying to, I don't know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I wanna make sure I come correct because the last thing I want to do is bring anything ill to what you got going on. But this has definitely been interesting. I can't wait. Here's the crazy thing about it is I tell my mom who I interview, and when me and you was communicating, he was like, you have a variety of guests. Yes, I do. I go from a comedian to a porn star to a rapper to a wrestler to a top about something anytime I feel like it. I don't know why I do that shit, but it works.
It's entertaining and it's working. It's amazing. It is. And them conversations be pretty darn good.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You almost talked the draws off me. I'm just kidding. It's just jokes. These are jokes.
I need to get the paddles in the room.
I'm not into that at all. So if I ever see you bring it out, I'm like, I hope she's like fanning the fly. I'm not. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
I only had one woman trying to do that flogging, spanking shit to me, and I looked at her like, I know you joking, because I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't know what's going on back there half the day. I ate pasta. I ate pasta. You got me laying on my stomach. I'm ready to go home. So it got the cheese sweats in this bitch. I'm sorry. You You know, you can't process there. I can't eat that butter pecan. That's why I got mad with you about sherbet because I'm like, and you've been drinking that little smoothie. I'm like, I'm jealous as hell right now.
Oh, there's no milk in this. This is all non-dairy, which is great.
Okay.
Yeah, thank God. But I need that protein because that knee got to recover.
Fruit.
I got a lot of that too.
Organic?
hmm
I believe
I
it.
got some
Yeah.
star fruit. I got some papaya, passion fruit. What was that? What's that other one with all the seeds in it? Forgot. It's yellow. Oh, dragon fruit and some grapes. I got all that good stuff.
I'm old school. I just got strawberries.
I'm trying to like cleanse it all out. So I'm like, okay, you just gotta eat fresh fruit. You gotta keep switching it up. You know, still got some cucumbers and tomatoes.
You know, you get to a certain age, you gotta start stretching in the morning before you start your day.
Gee, I know I'm learning. God dang it. These dang knees, baby, I tell you. My age be I be thinking I'm 26 and my body be like, no, I don't think you better multiply that. Okay. Multiply.
Yeah.
Put some numbers.
Your body be waving the white flag. Hey, slow down. Hold
Right.
on. I'm catching up right now.
Like stop swinging that flag too hard. You know our back might go out.
Hey, angle it a little bit. Don't put so much on the shoulder. Turn it all the way.
Use them hips. Use them hips when we break too. We need some exercise.
You get to a certain age, you be like, you know what? This shit ain't for me. I was on the treadmill this morning. I was like, usually I do about 45 minutes. I was looking at that shit. This shit said, oh, you got 20 minutes left. I was like, see, stop. I think today is not my day today. I can do 45. I can do this thing. I said, today was like an emergency stop. I said, I'm going to go upstairs and lift. I got upstairs. Everything was clear. I said, this is too good to be true. I'm going to go sit my ass up in the sun and read the newspaper and shower. We're going to call it a day.
Yeah, it'd be like that. I was supposed to do 100 like kettlebells. I was like 20. We're done. 20, we're done. I don't know what's up. My hips, my back, my knee. God. No.
Yeah, that's what sometimes I go to the gym just to get a playlist. I swear to God.
Yeah, but like, oh, that sauce sound good. Put on Shazam. Yes. I got my new music. Like,
Tired of this shit.
don't go out yet. Hold on. I gotta Shazam it. Hold on, wait. Like, you'd be like this. Looking for the app. Okay. Okay. Wait, wrong app. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I got the last of that song. I got it. I got it.
You be old. You be up. I be up at the gym just like this with Shazam. Hey, what? Speak over here. Okay, all right. I want to be a YN so bad, but I got high blood pressure. I'm not trying to raise up.
Oh my God.
But I do appreciate the interview, and I definitely appreciate the time. I don't know if I was being worrisome in the text messages and the DMs.
You're
I just had to confirm everything. I'm one of them people. If anybody wants to, well, let me just say this, because I got a lot of male and curious. Be respectful if you do decide to slide in her DMs,
Wait.
because I don't send no wiener shots.
No, no.
Don't get disrespectful.
You won back.
Exactly. And she probably got like a bunch of them in the hidden gallery somewhere.
Yes, I do.
Just calm the fuck down. And if you do decide to shoot your shot, be prepared for what's about to come with it, and be respectful when you shoot your shot. Take her out to dinner or something. Let her build up, and don't go straight like she said. Hey, so you're a dominatrix. I want to try this. Well, let's go ahead and go get this Applebee's right quick. Shut the fuck up.
Like, that ain't gonna work, buddy. That ain't gonna work. Like, yeah, we can go to Applebee's. I'll take the rest of us in your wallet and then we'll have a good time. Thanks.
I went out with one dominatrix. I was like, oh man, it's kind of expensive. She called her sub up and was like, yeah, I need $500. I like, oh, the meals ain't gonna be nothing but like $65. She said, don't worry about it.
How it is. Yep.
Damn.
Exactly.
Well, if they want to follow you or see any more of your content, how can they?
Of course. So you can follow me on my Instagram, the one that's working now. The other one I'm shut down. They don't like me anymore. But you can go to Goddess, SGODESS underscore Kylie Kassh, KYLIEKASSH. Because remember, I like all the money. That's why it's two S's. That's right. Yeah, exactly. But if you want, like I say, if you want to be consulting or anything, because I do have other stuff that I have going on as far as like consulting firm, when it comes to finding a new business or something like that, you can always catch me there, or you can catch me on my other page. It is Kassh, KASSH, Wealth, UEALTH firm, FIRM. And that's on Instagram and Adopt.
Definitely. And you guys can follow me, Comedian Rome, all social media platforms, Comedian Rome Davis on YouTube, and No ID Podcast. You can Google No ID Podcast. We're on every streaming platform out there that I can think of, even on the African ones. I don't know how I got there. But somebody told me I had an uncle that left me $3 million, and I was like, oh, sign me up. So I'm just kidding. But we signing out. I really do appreciate the interview, and like I said, I got to bring you in for part 2 because we got other stuff that we got to talk about. So yeah, this is your season.
Awesome. I'm so grateful. Thank you for having me, and I can't wait to the next one. And I can't wait to talk to everyone out there. Just DM me.
DM me.
I'm easy to talk to.
Exactly, and respectfully.
That's respectfully.
All right. Thank you.